Welcome everybody to the podcast slash YouTube video. This is Kurt Bonner with Mamba Mortgage. I am here with one of my favorite people in the world, and his name is Fix It French. Man, thank you so much for being here, Matt or Fix It French here, buddy. We're gonna dive into some stuff. You've been doing some incredible things. One, let's like highlight some of the cool things, right? Awesome husband, awesome father. Man, this guy just continues to grind while also working a W-2 job. It's incredible, man. So keep up the awesome work, and we'll dive into some of that stuff. But we want to talk about today is building a social media empire for YouTube's shorts, anything along those lines, Instagram, Facebook. And selfishly, I'm doing this because I want to really dive into that world and see what to do. And I just like, who do I know that is awesome at this stuff? And I was like, yo, Fix It French. Hey, buddy, how you doing? I need you to help me out here. Matt, can you introduce yourself, man? But I appreciate you being here.
Pleasure to be here, Kurt. Thank you so much for saying what you did. It's really encouraging. I could say a lot about you too. But you already know that. We'll probably do that later, or at least a few times through this thing. You are a great inspiration to me. But yeah, YouTube, it's intriguing, isn't it? You know, it's been around for a long time. I remember when we were in high school, we were even watching YouTubes back then, back 2010, 2011.
Yeah.
One fun fact is my roommate and I in college, we started a YouTube channel in 2012 and
Yeah.
just put stupid stuff on there and never even thought about it. Just put like 7, 8 videos out there, completely forgot about it. You can go look at those videos now on a channel that we don't even have a password to. And there's some of those videos have like thousands of views.
That's
If we
hilarious.
only knew, man, if we only knew what we could have had 8 extra years, because I didn't start Fix It French until 2019. So, 7, 8 years of those videos just sitting there dormant, It it, it would have been awesome to know what YouTube would become. Because especially today, it's not just, people in high school. It's not just people in
Right.
college who know about YouTube. It is
Yeah.
worldwide.
Literally.
There's probably enough YouTube channels now that I mean, I haven't looked at the number, but I would bet it's in the billions. I would
Yeah.
put money on it. It's in the billions, which is just absolutely nuts how much it's taken over the world. And I really believe this. And I said it back in 2019, YouTube will be the future. And we'll see so many people have to use it for jobs.
Yeah.
I told my wife in 2019, I said, I'm going to do this and I'm going to make money on it. And she said, do it. And what a thing it's turned into. And still, I'm not where I want to be with YouTube, but
Yeah.
man, I'm so glad I was one of the ones who saw it early and said,
Mm-hmm.
let's do this, because people are just now starting out today, and
Yeah.
it's difficult. And some people, they have the gift, man. They'll probably pass me, even though I have
Yeah.
5 years on them. But I needed that for sure. I know at least for me, the gifts that I have, I needed those extra years. So
Yeah. Absolutely, dude. Well, hey, dude, incredible job. And we can always go back and live on those what ifs, right? Of if I did this back in 2012. The cool part is that you didn't linger on that. Instead, you got started in 2019. And so I just want to highlight that because that's incredible. Every journey starts by starting. Isn't that crazy? So you may have done it, and we can always go and look back. But at the end of the day, I think what's really incredible is the fact that you said, I think there's opportunity here. I need to jump in on this and actually just commit to it. And I've been able to watch you grow in this through the past. We've had several phone calls over the last few years for that. And you've been just doing an awesome job, man. So thank you for doing that. Let's jump into a couple of things I want to talk about. So like a starting point. So somebody trying to get into the YouTube space, right? What are a couple of things, like if you're starting from zero, what steps do we need to be able to do to really just start that takeoff?
Few things I would say. Number one is you're starting from zero. There's
Mhm.
nothing to lose here. So you can't go negative. You're not going to get negative subscribers.
Let's go.
I remember in 2019, I posted my first video. It was how to change a tire. You're going to get some backlash, all right?
Uh-huh.
And people might think it's weird because people don't like to believe in people. They just don't. And I remember a good friend of mine, after I made my video public, he said, what are you doing? And now you go back 5 years all the way up to today, and it's like, well, I've made a lot of money just from that one video. Like, I could just send him that video. I remember one guy, um, years later, he kind of thought it was funny that I had a YouTube channel. Years later, he had a flat tire on the road, and he called me to ask for help. And
Awesome.
I'm not, I'm not saying that pridefully, but it is like I saw the vision, and nobody else could see it. So I know that there's a future in this, and you need to know that too. That if there's a vision in your head, it's not going to come to life unless you put the work in. If you're going to pray for it, get your hands dirty, man. I really believe this. I'm a Christian. I believe God blesses your hands.
Yeah.
So if you work, God will bless it. Do the
Love
work,
it.
pray for it, and you will see the fruits from your labor.
So would you say that, like, for you, because again, obviously you got into a niche, right? In this story, you're talking about changing a tire. So having that audience is really important. So what would you say in response to how do you pick your niche and what do you target with that?
This is something interesting because a lot of people will pick their niche,
Mhm.
and halfway through they'll find out that some random thing in their niche, a different audience that they didn't expect came in.
Uh-huh.
That's how mine kind of started, because I was fixing cars at the beginning, and then
Mhm.
I was fixing the sink in my kitchen, and my wife said, "Why don't you just make a video?" I said, "Yeah, all right, let's do that." And that video ended up getting over 1 million views.
That's incredible.
And so now it went from fixing cars to more like dad stuff. So it's more like, hey, let's do some DIY stuff too. And then it turned into, hey, I like woodworking. Why not make some woodworking videos?
Mhm.
And now it's just a broad range of things that men love to do in a shop.
Yeah.
And I'll say this: there's this famous TikToker. I can't remember his name, but um, he reviews food and things like that. And he did this one video where he took his glasses off because it tasted so good, and he threw it against the wall and broke them. And all he was doing was trying to be funny, but it blew up,
Yeah.
and the whole internet saw it. And then companies all over the world start, hey, will you break our glasses in your next video? And
Yes.
I mean, it just started pouring in. NFL teams got a hold of him. I was like, "Can you put our logo on that?" And it's just wild that the things that you are expecting to happen probably aren't going to.
Mhm.
But when you actually can be genuine, that's when you'll start seeing people say, "That was cool. That's a brand I'll remember. That's the name I'm going to remember because you were your true self, not because you were trying to be somebody else."
Yeah, dude, I appreciate you for saying that too, because if you guys don't know, Matt here, Fix It French, is just one of the best dudes I know. And his willingness to help anybody is incredible, which when we've talked in the past, some of the things that he's doing, like how can people be able to do these things on their own? And again, just provide value to other people. So I think that is something to definitely point out for you. I do want to kind of highlight, man, how was it when you hit that 1 million views on that first one? And was this a short or a longer video?
This was a long form video,
Okay.
and this video has actually it changed my mind on looking at YouTube from mathematics, because when you start seeing money come in, you're like, wow, this is pretty cool.
Okay.
Because you start understanding the revenue from YouTube is not, it's not like a 9 to 5. It comes in as I could go to sleep tonight and wake up in the morning and have more money.
Okay.
And again, I'm not making crazy money on YouTube,
Right.
but it does help you understand the people who are. This is a very, very important thing to know if you're going to do YouTube. That YouTube is it generates money even when you're not on the clock.
Yeah. Right. And I think I want to highlight too for you is it gives you credibility, right? You said the guy about the tire. Who did he call? Right? He
Right.
called Fix It, but he said, "Hey man, yo, bro, I got that flat tire and I actually know a guy." So dude, I think that's really important to highlight as well. Let's talk a little bit about the content strategy. So when you're trying to decide what to post, especially whether it's a short versus a longer one, how would you go about doing that? What are some of the things that we should be looking for?
There's a huge difference, not only in the way you get paid from long form and short form, but you also need to know that short form, you're going to see a lot of viewers that are not from your niche.
Mhm.
You're going to get a lot more clowns,
Yeah.
where people come in and say things that are just ridiculous. You're going to get bots, but you're going to get views like that. And sometimes you posting one of those videos that was cliche turns out to be the one that blows up because of those bots, because of
Mhm.
those clowns,
Yeah.
because they sat in your comment section for 5 minutes and watched your video 8 times because they were trying to make you look dumb. And well, thank me.
Yeah.
Right. Thank you for blowing my video up. But shorts, it's more for generating audience for more people to see it. But long form, what long form will do is get you viewers that will come back,
Okay.
and they're going to see your face. They're going to realize there's a relationship here.
Yeah.
And if you can start engaging in comments on long form, not so much short form, still do that. But when you engage long form and you say things like, "That's awesome, man. When you do that, can you comment and let me know how that went for you?"
Yeah.
Or, "Hey, I'll keep my notifications on. If you have any more questions about your car,
Yeah.
let me know." And when you start doing that, like, people are like, "Okay, I like this guy, subscribe, and I know who to contact." And one of those guys ended up, I mean, I've talked to him a few times, maybe 15 or so comments, but
Mhm.
he ended up asking for my email. We talked. He's like, "I have a sawmill. I have a lot of extra wood, some maple, oak. Would you like some of it? I'll send it to you for free."
That's awesome.
And so you engage with your audience, especially in long form, and treat them as a friend. They're there, they're supporting you, they are a friend. So be one to them, and you'll see that people will love to come back to your content, not just for what your content is,
Mhm.
but because of you.
Dude, I love that. People come first, right? And why are we here? It's because we're trying to love on people and be a blessing, right? So
Mm,
again, thank you for doing that because I think that's something that gets overlooked. If you look at content creators that you typically follow, it's because you feel like part of that family, right? It's a part of your crew now. You're like, man, I'm really engaged with what they're doing with their life, what's happening, what their next project is. And I think that's super valuable. Um, how would you say, or can you kind of walk me through the systems of growth? So, what are some of the things that we can use to build empire to make sure that we can, because this is not a short-term game, right? This is building
right.
something for that's going to be lasting. So, how can we use that and build into that?
That's very important to note. You want to build brick by brick, build the whole building, and don't try and get it done right away and
Hmm.
realize that you rush things. Just think of it as step by step. And when you do that, it'll help so much. Just as we were having conversations the other day about
Hmm.
posting weekly, stay consistent, do it, and just brick by brick build it. Um, there's a lot of tools you can use, Canva. I mean, there's a free apps you can use like CapCut that is really useful and has some
Yeah.
great things that you can use on there. Um, TubeBuddy, YouTube Studio, all those things will track information and analytics for you that you don't have to do it yourself, including the revenue, the views, and even it gives you ideas on what to post and what people in your niche are looking at and what they're posting as well. Um,
What are your
something
thoughts
I
on?
do,
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Go ahead. Something I do want to talk about when it comes to systems. Um, you need to focus on multiple platforms: TikTok, Instagram, whatever you can, Facebook. I took a month off in January just to focus on my TikTok.
Okay.
So I didn't post anything short form, long form on YouTube. And I did a study on TikTok. All 31 days, I posted a video all 31 days. I went from 200 followers to 1,600 followers.
Really?
And
Okay.
there were certain mornings where it's like, I have no idea what to post. But the amazing thing about short form, and this is before I started using Chat GPT and things like that,
Uh-huh. I was about to ask that.
before all that, and you didn't know what to post, the amazing thing about shorts is it's only got to be 10 seconds long if you want it.
Hmm.
And it doesn't matter, man. A 10-second video, a 30-second video, a 50-second video, they might just blow up. And
Yeah.
so if you bring any value at all, even in 10 seconds, just post it. Even if you feel funny, even if you think a friend of yours who might not even watch it look at you different, it doesn't matter. Just post it and see what happens from it. You can always delete it later.
Yeah, isn't that incredible? Or I mean, and again, you're kind of being vulnerable to yourself, right? So I feel like that connection, again, if we go back to kind of what you said as part of your content strategy, is you're building that relationship. So when you post something that you're like, oh gosh, I don't know if I want to post this, all of a sudden that creates that relatability and people realize like, oh man, Fix It French is a real dude, real husband, real father,
Right.
real friend, and I can relate to that guy. Right. And I think that's one of the reasons you've been so successful, because you're not trying to beat around the bush, man. You're going out there and showing people who you are as Matt French, Fix It French, right? I think that's an incredible portion. I love that you touched on AI, because I know people go back and forth whether they like it or not. Me personally, I'm a fan, but using it as a tool, like you said, we don't have to get super fancy with it, but it can give us some base level content strategy, right? And then we can use that to highlight maybe if, like you said, you did a 31-day challenge and it became super successful, which is incredible. So being able to use tools like that, it's not the answer, right? But it's a great place to start if you're like, I don't even know what to do. It kind of takes away that initial, like, I'm sitting at the computer, don't even know where to start.
I will say it is important not to rely on it.
Mhm.
I do think the human instincts, such as conviction and things like that,
Yeah.
that if you rely on AI, which there's nothing wrong with using it, and man, once I figured it out, it's like this is amazing. And it can cut down on so much time, but sometimes there's vision in here that you have to grab it, man. And that is really what's going to change your life when the authenticity comes out.
Yeah.
And it won't just change the way your YouTube looks, it will change your life and how you do everything. Parent,
Mhm.
be a husband, be a wife, all that, when you really can start acting with the convictions that you have.
That's awesome, man. So let's get into the business side now. So you kind of briefly mentioned it. How can you make money via YouTube specifically? What are the things that kind of bring it together? And again, what then helps you get those checks longer term too?
And someone I recommend listening to is Think Media Podcast when it comes to revenue. They break that down really well, and they'll also tell you, they taught me how to do taxes and things like that. Um, they are somebody who's been around since the beginning, like 2007. Sean Connell, if you know who that is,
Yeah.
he makes some great content about how all that works and the breaking down of it. But when you really look at YouTube, and I was saying earlier about how that video kind of opened my mind to what's capable, the possibilities of money on YouTube is just unreal, man. And people don't understand, who have a 9 to 5, you go to work 8 hours, you clock out.
Yeah.
YouTube, with one video, I could post a video, and from that video, I get ad revenue. I could get somebody who's not just a subscriber to the channel, but a subscriber to me, which
Hmm.
means they spend $2.99 a month, like a subscription to Netflix. So
Okay.
they're deciding they want to do that. A super, which is then just giving money, like a $10 super.
Yeah.
You could put your Amazon affiliate in there, and so anybody who clicks a product on your video, they're like, "Oh, I like that." Click on it, buy it.
Yeah.
I get compensation for it.
I love that.
You could have merch. I mean, and you think about it, you go to work and work 40 hours for a paycheck. You go make a video for 8 hours and you never clock out. And it's
Yeah.
not just one business paying you, it's 5, 6, 7 things on that one video paying you, and you never clock out.
Yeah.
And the people who really are doing this, they're understanding that there is so much potential there, because that's just one video. And then what if you post 500 of them, which
Mhm.
so many people do? The numbers just add up and add up and add up to a point where you can't even keep track of it.
Yeah.
And so that's where TubeBuddy and all those things come in, and you're like, thank God I have that. And again, I'm not gloating in any way, because I'm just now figuring some of this stuff out. I don't have a huge following that I get to enjoy millions of dollars,
Yeah. More
but
than I do, buddy.
for now, you're gonna blow up here soon.
We'll see. We'll see.
But there's also, when it comes to ad revenue, and
Mhm.
the more I learned, the more I realized ad revenue is just a small part of the pay. It's really not even how the biggest people are getting paid. But ad revenue for short form, it's maybe 100th of what it is for long form. So that's important to know because long form, for me, it's between $7 to $9 per 1,000 views.
Okay.
It's not just per video; it's across the whole channel. So
Gotcha.
1,000 views would be about $8 for me. 10,000, 80, 100,000, 800, a million, 8,000. So when you really get somebody who gets views and views and views, and they post every day, ad revenue really adds up too.
Okay. So that's a nice benefit.
Yeah, there's a lot to really look into that because I haven't even talked about brand deals and things like that, sponsorships. If you really want to make money through YouTube, continue your brick by brick and take all that. It's going to learn. There's going to be a huge learning curve.
Yeah.
But somebody who masters that and then eventually gets a team and the team takes care of all the money things, you don't have to do anything but post. And so, I mean, money is there. If that's your goal for YouTube, I don't recommend that be your goal. It's something you say all the time, what's your why? If money is your goal, I don't think you're going to be that successful on YouTube. Yeah. But just know it is there. It absolutely is there if you do the work.
Yeah, absolutely. I appreciate that. And I think kind of touching on some of the essentially the mistakes in mindset that you're talking about are people not staying in long enough because it's not just a quick money growth revenue thing, right? We're not just getting money right out the gate. It takes consistency. It sounds like is the most important thing with this, right? Let's get quantity out over quality. If you're scared to get in front of a camera or just talk, like you just got to do it, right? So following up on that, overthinking instead of just delivering the value, right? When you're like, oh gosh, I don't know what to do, dude, just go and do it, right? Because you never know who you might reach that day, right? Which again can take off a whole nother route. I remember on the phone with you when you got your million views. You're like, dude, I didn't think that was gonna go like that. This is crazy. And I remember the excitement in your voice because you had already associated like, hey, it was helpful, but I didn't think it was gonna like take off like that because it was your sync video, right?
Yeah.
Yes. So I'm like, man, I remember that moment and having that phone call with you. And then I think the third point that I'm going to touch on that you've kind of mentioned several times is neglecting your personal brand and who you are, right? When you don't do that, you lose out on people because people feel authenticity. They feel who Fix It French is, who the real Kurt B is, right? And because we focus on who we are, they should be able to feel like we're just regular men, regular people just trying to live life and hopefully be able to help some more people along the way with maybe something that we've made a mistake on or anything else we're going to. So I want to kind of finish up with this, Matt, but what would be a good action plan for beginners to really get everything going, to really get started? Where should they start with that?
Start a plan. I recommend not just having it up here, but having it on paper. Okay. Write it down so you can see it. I have this right here. This is all the videos I have for the rest of the year. And the ones that are highlighted are the ones that I've done in the past few weeks. So every time I do a video, I'm going to highlight it off. I'll get that check mark. It's done. I'll get that dopamine hit that everybody seeks. That's not why I do it, but
boom.
One thing I do recommend with that, and a lot of life coaches will tell you the same thing. Yeah. Stop telling everybody every time you get a success. There's nothing wrong with celebrating, but you don't need the whole world to know you did something that you personally think, I'm supposed to do this.
Yeah.
If this is your purpose, if this is what you really want to do, you don't need the whole world to clap for you.
Yeah.
This is what I'm supposed to do. I'm designed for this. This is what I'm going to do. And so if you can start doing that, writing it down, see it. If you can see it in here and then you see it on paper, I'm telling you, man, it's just, I can make it come to life. I really believe that. And I believe that's for everybody. You just got to start believing in yourself and that if there really is purpose in your life, you were designed for this. Believe it, do it, and be yourself. I remember one video I had, it wasn't anything different from my other videos, but it got 19,000 views, and it's because I said polyurethane instead of polyurethane, and people started, what did he just say? Yeah, and I was just being me, you know? be yourself, be true, make your videos, stop caring, stop overthinking, stop caring what people think. You can delete videos if you really want to, but I encourage you, don't even do that. Just keep going. Just keep building blocks, and you'll see that you built something, and you'll be proud of it.
Dude, awesome advice. I think the challenge that we can issue some of the listeners today is go try that 30-day challenge Matt did, right? Where you go out and just post every single day for 30 days. Create the plan first, right? Again, get yourself a general overview of what you want to talk about or what you want to communicate. Show who you are in those 30 days, though. And what that's going to do is it's going to force consistency, which allows us to be more successful. It's people that show up every single day, right, that get better. Here at Mamba, we talk about Kobe, right? The Mamba mentality. He showed up earlier than every single person. He worked harder than every single person, and he continued to work harder afterwards, more so than every single person. If you want to be successful in this thing, it sounds like consistency, showing up and working harder is a big portion of that. And I would also recommend, because for me, I'm reaching out to Matt as I'm kind of going through stuff too, because having a person of accountability that's doing very similar things is super, super valuable. Because there are some moments where we're communicating with other people and they're like, that is crazy, right? And sometimes you just have to wave that off. But having somebody in your corner that's like, hey, bro, let's celebrate those wins, right? I love that because it's powerful and it's motivating when you're like, gosh, I really want to post that video. It gives us that extra boost to say, oh, I can go one more, right? I can go one more, right? I think that's pretty powerful in it. And again, I think for all of you as listeners, go out there, start making your posts today, right? Even if it's a simple video of, hey, I just want to say my name is Kurt Bonner, the real Kurt B. Pleasure to meet you. Let's talk, right? Whatever it is, just to get started. Matt, do you have any closing takeaway thoughts?
I think you just nailed it on the head, man. Get out there, do it. And if you really want to do it, don't wait around for the perfect time. It probably won't come. I know a lot of people who are like, maybe when our setup's better, maybe when I have a little bit more knowledge, go out there, get it. I promise the one thing that you'll take away is when you fail, you get better.
Yeah.
Just learn to fail.
Love that. Awesome. Hey, well, everybody, you heard it here first. Fix It French and the real Kurt B here again. And if you guys have any questions about a mortgage, please let me know. Would love to help you out. And again, if you have any questions about, home projects or starting a YouTube video, right? Hit my boy up, Fix It French. Man, this guy is a wealth of knowledge and one of the most loving people I've ever met in my life. So definitely check out his stuff. His link will be in the description. Don't forget to go ahead and subscribe, comment, and like, right? Is that a good way to? Oh, let's go, baby. We're pretty much pros at this point. Thanks, Matt. Thanks, Fix It French. Appreciate you, man. You guys have a great rest of your day.
Thanks for having me.